I need to be in the right space. Like, that's the thing, even though we're not using our phones we're not talking on the phone as much, we are using our phones 100% of the time, meaning like usually if you were out at the park, your phone wouldn't be there. Your phone would be at home. So it's like I have to limit access that people have to me.
Oh, that's a really good point. And just think about the history of the progression of the technology, whereas you had to have, the landline, and then a lot of people couldn't have cell phones, and then now everybody's got a cell phone, and they're answering texts mid-sex apparently.
Oh,
that's happening.
what?
And I'm telling you, there's articles about that.
Way.
People were responding to text messages during their intimate time with their partner.
That's incredible.
How addicted people are. I'm telling
so bad.
you. But I do the same thing. I don't answer, but lately I've been trying to make it that when someone calls me, I try to answer, unless it's a number I don't recognize. But because then it could be telemarketing.
Gee, I've been making the same contract with myself, because I actually, I don't want this to sound kooky, but I actually get anxiety when my phone rings. Like, I just want, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, I just want to put my phone down sometimes, like you said, Felicia. But I realize that it's important to pick up the phone, and usually once I do, I'm happy I did.
Yes,
it's just the picking up that I have a problem.
That's because you got all that money calling you, girl. You got all those contracts you got to sign.
I would.
So I just think I have to, for me personally, I want to be able to give whoever I'm on the phone with the best version of myself.
Well, yes.
And if I'm not in the right headspace to talk on the phone, I don't think I should, because you're going to get a tired, frustrated, annoyed Felicia, and it's not the best version of myself. So I find myself trying to balance it when it comes to like friends and stuff. When they call me, I could be better at it, I'm sure, but I got to make a point to call them back. And sometimes I'll schedule time. I'll be like, I'll spend 15 minutes on the phone with this person, 15 minutes with that person.
Well, I hear you both, because one, I think you're a very intentional person, which is why that totally works for you. I can see you doing that. And then for you, in terms of like having the anxiety, because think about it, the only calls you get tend to be like bad news. I mean, like, nobody calls me except my mother.
Yeah,
and then
or like business,
and sometimes the phone rings and you have like, oh my God, is something going on? Is something wrong? What's happening?
What do I have to fix? Yeah, no, you're right. Big news in tennis this morning. Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova are facing off at the French Open later today. But these two have sordid history. In 2017, Maria released a book in which she wrote about her tense relationship with Serena, saying Serena always hated her. Now, according to Serena, that's not the case, and she claims that much of Maria's book is hearsay. This is a rivalry that's definitely gone off the court, right?
So I hate to see this. First of all, Serena's my girl, so do not slander my girl's name.
Yes.
But you just never want to see like two females going at it for any reason, but it seems like it's one-sided, like it's on Maria's side. It makes me wonder, was there like a ghostwriter involved in this book that kind of played up the situation more than it was? That's my guess.
When I was reading her quotes, it seemed to me like Maria personalized a lot of the competition, whereas Serena kind of took it as like, listen, we were on the court, we were competitive, off the court, we're cool.
Yeah.
I also think
Good
Serena
point.
is somebody that's misunderstood a lot, because she's so focused. She's a consummate professional. So she's not out there smiling and doing she's out there to play tennis and to really dominate. So I think for her, she's not always smiling and this and that. So I think that's where she gets misunderstood. Really, she's a lovely, lovely, friendly, happy person. And watch Being Serena on HBO.
Yeah, I saw that. It was amazing. I think, like you said, sometimes people put their own experiences onto someone else.
Yes.
So maybe Maria thinks like this, or has had her own mean girl experiences, but I don't get that from Serena. And we're talking about competition. Like, we're not supposed to be best friends. We've been competing for almost 2 decades now, so it's insane.
I agree with you, and I think, like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, they had this epic rivalry, and they were cool eventually off the court, or I guess basketball's a court, off the court.
Yeah, there you go. Sounds right.
And so it's like, 2 women should be able to do that too.
Yes, absolutely.